Welcome to Dark Moon Self-Care Circle. I am Nat. I am a part of Love Little Earth Angel Wellness Studio in Santa Ana. And I welcome you to this most inward, compassionate self-care practice for the dark moon. Now, uh, I personally believe the dark moon is special, and I separate it from the term the new moon. For me, it works. For me, there is a period where the moon just is dark, and there's this moment of just being able to be inward and stop and pause and just be. And I think that's precious. And then new moon to me is the minute there's a sliver of light and we're moving into creation and manifesting and creating goals and having the picture. But right now, this dark moon for me is sacred, and it's a time to go inward and just reflect and just think about the moment, think about the week, think about how the month has been, the year, your life, like whatever it is. So, in this session today, we will need some tools to support you. So, we will be doing I'll read a little bit about Dark Moon, and then we'll do a prayer together. And then after the prayer, we're going to take a moment to reflect on a picture of our younger selves. So you'll want to find that, or if that doesn't serve you today, if it's just not something you want to go inward to experience today, then you can do it later. You can just pass on by and move on to the next. After we do that and we move on to the altar and put our picture up, we'll do a little prayer. And then we can move into a gentle movement. We'll do a moon salute, a kind of my way, of course. And then we'll do some Ambhyanga foot oil massaging. Take some time to listen to some affirmations and enjoy that self-care piece as we then move into yoga nidra, a little sound, and then at the end, enjoy a little tea and reflection. I've made some moon chocolates, and it's a nice time to have some dark chocolate with walnuts and for the brain and for the thought process and for the consciousness. And then from there, we'll go on our way into the world and see each other again sometime, I hope. So, why don't we get together? I wanted to share with you um, a beautiful book, The Faces of Moon Mother. And there are 16 phases of the moon cycle here. And I wanted to read you a little bit about the moon, the dark moon phase, the 16th phase. And then from there, read a little poem as we then can move into our inner workings. Now, just for the purpose of cleansing space and cleansing our mind, why don't we take a moment to breathe? And if you want to get some incense or a fork, a sound fork or a bowl, and let's take a moment to just connect with each other and be here in this beautiful space of earth, this physical space. Go ahead and begin to notice the sensations, our beautiful, great sensations. Beautiful sight to look around and see such beauty and colors, and the beauty to smell. I have a sage, a white sage incense moving through to smell and cleanse. And then maybe touching, I'm on a beautiful little rug, so I get to feel the softness of the rug beneath my feet and in my hands. Listening, I'm listening to a beautiful soundtrack that I've made on Spotify. It's called Dark Moon Magic, and it's under Natty Caddy, Nattycatty. You can play that along with us on this journey if you'd like to access that and play it in the background as I am. And then what else? Taste. Taste is coming. We'll taste the beauty of the tea, and we'll taste the beauty of the chocolate, or whatever treat you decide works for you on this dark moon magic. All right. Let's take 3 deep breaths together, feeling our feet on the ground, on Mother Earth, and maybe feeling our sit bones if we're sitting. If we're standing, just widen the feet. If you're lying, just feel your back against Mother Earth, feeling safe, feeling held, feeling nourished. And let's take 3 let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose. And let's exhale through the mouth and release. The sound of the heart. Breathing in through the nose. And releasing out through the mouth. Feeling even more grounded as we connect and release and bring in. Breathe in. Just take a moment to collect yourself and maybe take a little scan of how you're doing in the moment of this moon and this solar eclipse in Libra. Very air element, very shifting and changing. When you are ready, you can stay with your eyes. If your eyes are open or closed, whatever feels right for you. I'm going to read from the Dark Moon Mother. The dark moon is the time when the moon is conjunct the sun. At this time, you live in a universal flow and feel one with the void, one with the unknown, the darkness, the mystery of the cosmos. Or you have realized the super consciousness state of the whole. Your identity is universalized now. You can live fully one with your essence. You live in the depths of your unconscious, which potentially can be fully conscious now. If so, you are not only prophetic, but you can also live and actualize your own prophecies. This is definitely a time of your inner intuitions. Your intuitions are really like on par right now. You're really sensitive to things. Things are really apparent. This is the end of the last cycle and the beginning of the new. During the dark moon, you can see into the future and actualize it through the harmonic vibrations of your cells. This takes deep trust and also getting in touch with your larger purpose from before you were born, why you incarnated. You may identify with a group, the earth, planetary bodies, or the cosmos as a whole now in this moment. This is a time to give of yourself without any reservations, but also to just be at ease with whatever is happening. Just be. Be no thing. Be empty. Be empty. Look out into the darkness of space on the dark moon. So tonight, if it feels right for you, go outside. The stars shine, but faintly. The moon is invisible to Earth viewers, for she has become one with the sun. Did I say invisible with the earth? Experience the power of the invisible forces in your life. This is a time to just be and to feel the oneness you have with everything. All right. So there is a poem, and I'd like to read it as we get our pictures of our younger selves. And if you don't want to do this piece, you can move on past it. I'm going to use this picture of me when I was 5 or 4 in my boots, trying to see what kind of energy, what all this energy was, what was all this creativity going on, oozing out of my body, you know? Lots of things going on as a child. So just want to take a moment to breathe and see this beauty of this inner me, this little me that still has a piece of me, and I want to honor her. So just take a moment. Meditating, gazing upon, seeing what comes up. What it is she wants to tell me. Oh, the freedom and carefreeness that a child comes in with, and then we become programmed from so many areas. Okay, go ahead and hold this close to you. You may continue to gaze at this photo of yourself or of something that calls to you that you feel is you want to spend time with. And I'm going to read this Dark Moon Mother poem and allowing you to either gaze at the picture, at an object, at a space, or go within and close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Dark Moon Mother, there are times when I go to the sea, the primal sea of the void, where I walk to understand the cosmic cycles. Everything in nature is a story. It's a teaching. It's a true myth. The clouds, the branches, stones, leaves, ants, birds, mammals. There is a golden column all the way to heaven and a great flashing of white wings around it. It is a transfusion of compassion into the earth. We are crossing the sea of the dark night. In the boats of our bodies, these vehicles of light, help me to release all that is not love. Help me to release all that is not light. Help me to release all that is not truth. Help me to release all that is not justice. Help me to release all that is not divine. Help me to release all that is not natural. I am happy in a black hole, for I am a light unto myself. I praise divine source. Gently we go, glistening like oil and water moving between rocks. We are rising up in a spiral, forming a new galaxy. We rise up through all of nature. We will all be passed into the void, where the essence of our light bodies will emerge. Take a moment to place your hands over your heart and just take 3 breaths on your own, through the nose and out through the nose. And I wanted to read a prayer for the self. So this is a time if you'd like to put your picture onto your altar. So here, let me show you my altar over here. With my candle. And I'm going to read a poem that you all may read with me if you'd like. So let me share my screen if you would like to read this with me. That's not what I want. Let's see what I can do here. Definitely don't want that. Huh. Let's see if I can do that again. No. Oh, here we go. I get it. I get it now. Ha ha ha. Thank you for being so patient with me. So funny. Sometimes, you know, when you don't do something for a while, it takes a moment. Here we go. Here we go, beautiful beauties. All right, take a moment as we say this prayer for ourselves together out louder in the mind's eye. I am a divine being of light. All that I wish to manifest is mine. I am divine love. I am divine manifestations of my oversoul power. Love and divine light lives and flows through me. I am that am. Peace, peace, peace. This was written by Shrihat Ampesh Ray. And in this, as it talks about my oversoul powers, oversoul is defined that great nature in which we rest, that unity within which every man's, woman's particular being is contained and made one with all other. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let us get out of this share. Wonderful, magnificent. All right, shall we move on to, I believe it's time to move on to a little gentle movement. And as we do a little gentle movement, we'll come into some Abhyanga oil massage. So if you would like to take a moment before we start moving, and I'm going to actually read a little bit of Dark Moon again. Maybe some oil. I have sesame oil here, coconut oil, almond oil, mustard seed oil, what other? Whatever works, whatever you have on hand. As we're going into the fall season and it's becoming dry and colder, this is the time to warm your oils and to use a more warming oil unless you have heat conditions. So if you have heat conditions and you have inflammation and you have hot flashes, I would suggest using a coconut oil. But for those of you who don't have those conditions, or even skin conditions, because that's considered heat is behind that. So, but if that doesn't apply to you, a sesame oil is really great for this moving from fall, and then we're going to move into winter. Heating it up nicely before you put it on is going to be lovely if you have the ability to do that. So get that prepared for us. And then as you might be getting blankets, a yoga mat, blocks, a belt or a sash of some sort in case we do a hamstring stretch, a pillow, um, or maybe you don't use any of that. That's good too. Do what's good for you to do. Maybe you want to be near a chair or the end of your bed or the couch to use that as a prop. And then I wanted to read about the dark moon in this lovely book, The Moon and You. Can you see it? Is it too reflective? The Moon and You, written by Diane Alquist. All right, let's see. During this lunar phase, you can't see the moon at all, but its energy will surround you and draw to you answers you've been seeking. Some use the terms dark moon and new moon interchangeably. I always separate the two, however, as I feel the energy is different. I think of the dark moon as a phase until that tiny crescent is in view. Then I will proclaim the new moon has awakened and a new phase has arrived. But the dark moon phase does not mean dark energy. It merely denotes quiet, tranquility, peace, contemplation. And in yoga, we call this inner reflection, sun. Oh my gosh, I just went blank. That's so funny. Tapas svadhyaya. Thank you. I have to, your brain, how it has to connect things because it's a part of Kriya Yoga, the yoga of action, right? The action steps, then the reflection and contemplation, and then the letting go and letting God. Those are the 3 steps of Kriya Yoga. All right, the dark moon. The energy of the dark moon is that of contraction, of deepening, of hibernation of sorts. It's getting away from the hustle and the bustle to connect to something darker and dreamier. It is the time to absorb everything experienced that has been learned and gained from this previous cycle. It is where the real growth occurs. Though it is the shortest phase, it is a very powerful phase. The dark moon phase is similar to the final pose of every yoga class, Savasana, also known as corpse pose or deep rest pose, where you lie still on your back for several minutes. Several, the key word. This is when your exercise and your practice settles into your body, your soul, and your spirit. Without this pose, you are not able to absorb the full power of your yoga practice, the dark moon in Shavasana of the moon cycle. Very important in the tradition of yoga is this idea of going back and forth from the sun to moon, sun to moon. So every practice that we do consists of action, movement, doing, and then it ends with the art of going inward, relaxing, releasing, letting go, and melting away. Because all of this stuff we did without the bringing it down, it cannot penetrate deep into the bodies, into the cells, into the DNA. We need it to soak in. And it's also this idea of we have our nervous system and we have the active sympathetic system, right? That gives us action, that helps us to live, to actually get things done and to breathe and to all things, all transformation. But without the parasympathetic system being able to be accessed, we'll burn out. We won't be able to keep going. We have to access the parasympathetic and let it learn how to activate after the sympathetic. So yoga is very, very profound when it is practiced in its fullness, and we learn how to release and let go at the end and just be. And that's what this dark moon phase is. It's just be. It's just to be, right? All right, so why don't we get a comfortable place to be? And I'm going to push this way back so that we can begin. Let me move into a place where you can see me. Hopefully. There is a glare from outside, but as long as you can hear me, right? That's all that matters. Let's see. How does that? I don't know. It does seem a bit, annoying. Let's go this way. How's this? Oh, yes. So much better. Amazing. Flexibility. Oh. All right. All right, get all your tools and ready. You know what? I would think we would like to meet on the ground typically and do some movements of the spine is what I would love to do, but I'm going to change it. I'm going ahead and changing it right now. We're going to actually move into a half sun salute, and then we'll do a modified moon salute, and then we'll get into our Abhyanga oil. Does that sound lovely? Okay, some of us might want to get close to us some blocks. You can use books. You can be creative and use cushions, pillows, poofs. I don't know what poofs are called. I forget. They have a term. And then I'm going to get a chair because that might be important. And if you would like to, again, put music on in the background, that playlist has a beautiful chorus on it, and that's what I'm listening to. Okay, so here's my chair, just in case I need it. Okay, so I got my blocks and I got my chair. All right, here we go. Let's start in a mountain pose. Yes? This sun salute is going to begin to lubricate the spine. It's going to loosen things up a little bit for us as we move then into the moon salute. So typically we could do a really quick forward fold, extension, side bend, rotation, and twisting movements, the movements of the spine. But we're going to do that all in the sun salute. Yes? All right. Go ahead and plant your feet about hip distance apart, but whatever feels right for you. Really connect with your body. Feel what your body tells you is right for you. Okay, so if the alignment doesn't work for you, if something feels off, play around with it till it fits for you. All right, so we've got our feet planted about hip distance apart. Okay, feet are parallel, but some of you might want to turn out a teeny bit if that's uncomfortable. All right, our hips, our shoulders, our ears, they're all lined up. Think of our spine as elongated into the heavens, into the universe. Yoga is the dance of the movement of the body that's held with the breath. So breath and movement together is a dance, and that's what makes it yoga and not exercise. Yes? So we want to make sure that we are connecting the breath, holding the movement with breath. All right, hands are down by the side, lengthening the spine. Breathing in, feeling this beautiful energetic cord being gently pulled or tugged and just held by the universe. You're held. And then as you exhale, feel the energy moving down into the earth and your feet have cords going through them, roots going into the earth. So you have this being held on both ends, the earth and the universe. They're both holding you. Breathing in and breathing out. Really expanding, the air's coming in and you're releasing out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Feeling sturdy and safe. We're going to first begin with raising our arms on the inhale up into the heavens, up into the air. You're going to do a gentle back bend, nice long neck, looking up. Just breathing here for a moment, noticing that this is our connection to the bigger picture, the bigger universe of things. This is our connection with the air, with the stars, with the sun, with the moon. Everything's connected. This is our connection to that. And then as we exhale, arms are going to come down. You can use the chair if you want, or you don't have to. And you're going to forward fold down to touch the earth. If that's too much, you use a block. If that's too much, you use the chair. Yes? And as you're here, hold that. You can bend your knees a little bit. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. And just take a moment to release the neck, breathing in and out here, feeling your feet connecting and your hands connecting to the earth. This is our moment of knowing and remembering and having this presence of the earth holds us. She makes things for us and has things for us so that we can have things, so that we can have shelter, so that we can have food, all these beautiful water, all these beautiful things, so that we can farm and create. Mother Earth has all of these bountiful gifts. So this is our moment to connect and be grateful for this earth. She is magnificent. All right, on an inhale, you're going to do a halfway lift. Inhale into a tabletop. Your hands are either under your knees or above your knees. You have a nice flat back. Your neck is long. Now this is a moment to breathe here and think of balance. There is a balance in all things. From all the elements, from all of our schedule, our lives, the seasons, of things to do, of things not to do. This is our pose of coming into balance between earthly things, between intellectual, mindful actions. This is the in-between. This is the balancing of all things. This creates health and wellness right here. On the next exhale, come back down to the earth. As we inhale, bend the knees, come up, scooping up all of the greatness that all these great elements have to offer us. Back up to opening the chest and looking up into the sky. And exhaling, coming into prayer over the heart. Now take a moment here and have gratitude for you. Your thumbs are touching your heart. Think about how magical you are. Things you do that you don't even do on purpose. You breathe. Air comes in. You revitalize the systems. The air feeds the cells. They feed the blood. The blood moves through the body to all of the places in the body. Life is created. You are life. This is a powerful pose. This is a coming into being to check in and having that moment with your heart beating. Wow. The moment when you breathe in and out. Wow. These things are automatic to us. These things are life. Without this, we do not exist. Take a moment to be grateful, to have gratitude, to have a moment of thanks for your beautiful being, all that you are. from your body to the organs to the cells, the physical components of you, the energetic components of you, the water, the energetic systems, the liquids, the mind, the intellect, whether it's at its utmost functioning, or maybe it's a period of time where it's not, and that's okay. It's okay. We're alive to tell the story. And we get to experience all these in-betweens, this life. That's what this life is. This idea of the wisdom body, and that you have things you like, things you want to do, things that your values, things that make you you. And then we have this bliss body, or this higher self that's our soul. This pose is very powerful. This sun salute is very powerful when you really see the essence of it. So let's do 2 half suns, moving through it without all my language. Hands down, finding that beautiful mountain, that sturdiness, that connecting. You are alive. You are a entity. You are a soul. You are the I am. Breathe here. Feel that. It's grounding. You're safe. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhaling, arms come down, touching the earth or the blocks or the chair. 1 deep breath here. Inhale, halfway lift into balance. Exhaling, releasing back to earth. Inhaling up. Back to the universe. Exhale, coming back to the heart, to the self. Take a moment, 1 breath here. And come back down. All right, now on your own, go ahead and move through that 1 more time. Beautiful. This is a beautiful thing to do every day. This is a great gratitude practice. All right, let's move into our moon salute. We'll do a nice gentle moon salute. Again, having your tools nearby you. Finding your mountain pose. On an inhale, arms come up. You're going to grab one of the wrists. You're going to gently lean into one side, into willow tree. If you want to cross one of the legs over to make the stretch a little more to help a little more, go for it. You don't have to. Step back, arms up, and come down. Inhale up. Hug the other wrist, leaning into your willow tree or side crescent. If you'd like to cross over, you may. Breathe here, uncross if you're crossed, coming back up, and release. Now we are going to move up into an extended star pose. So legs are turned out, legs are widened a little bit. Arms can come up to horizon, and then you're going to move the arms up a little bit more to the corners of the ceiling. Hands can be turned up or down or forward. And on an inhale, let's elevate onto the toes, and exhale, little plie. Inhale. And exhale, getting those ankles and those feet to extend. Inhale and exhale, bringing the arms down. and out. Let's take a moment to circle the ankles. One way and then the other way on one of the feet. And then you can switch your balance and then do the other foot, both sides in direction. Shake it out, shake it out. Very nice. Let's move into goddess. So let's get back into that star pose. And then we are going to come up again. And let's fist and come down into goddess. I am, fill in your affirmation. Come up, arms come down. Elevate if you like or not into your extended star and then come back into goddess. I am abundant in every way of good there is. Whatever that is for you, I am well. My mind is clear. My memory is working very well. Whatever that is for you, all right? Come back up. Let's do one more. And into that goddess, I am confident. I can accomplish all the things I set my mind to. I can have the life that I desire. I am beautiful inside and out. All right, release it. Very nice. Shake it out. Shake it out. Maybe let's do some shoulder circles for a moment to loosen that up. All right, up and down. Maybe let's move those arms crisscross. Maybe let's do some bigger arm circles. Loosen that up. And maybe a little twist from side to side, looking as you go, breathing as you move. All right, let's move into a warrior two. All right, so you're going to point one of the toes out to the side that you're facing. The other foot is going to be parallel to the front, maybe. Depends on your alignment. You're going to widen the stance that feels right for you. You're going to bend that front knee so that it kind of lines up between the big and the first toe. Okay, feel where that is. Feel how everything kind of starts working together when you bend the knee. Everything kind of pops into place. Arms are going to go out like you're surfing or like the horizon. Okay, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right, here we go. Let's hold this for a moment. Breathe here. Feel your strength. Feel your possibility of action. You got this. Now inhale, arms come up, bending straightening the front leg. And then we're going to bring it down and push the arms out as we go back into warrior two. Let's do that 2 more times. Pushing out as you breathe out. Last time as you breathe out. All right, we're going to go into a reverse warrior, straightening the front leg. Back arm comes down on the back leg. Something's in my pocket. Huh. And then arms up, or you can curve it a little bit like the moon. Breathe here. And now we're going to come back into horizon arms. Legs are still straight, and we're going to bend forward. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to move into a pyramid. Hands can stay here on the hip if you like. If you want to go down a little bit more, it can go down to the ankle, onto a block. You can even go onto a chair, whatever feels right for you. And breathe here. Feel that core working. Everything's connected. Feel it. Breathe in here and out. Pyramid is wisdom. You are filled with wisdom. Very nice. Now, this is going to be fun. You're going to bend that front knee. You're going to place one hand on either side of your foot. You're going to bring that back leg to meet that front foot. You're going to square your hips because we're going to move into a, I'm sorry, that was triangle pose, and now we're moving into pyramid. My bad. So now step your foot back 2 feet. And now you're in pyramid pose. I apologize if I said the wrong pose back there. Now, it's sometimes nice to have a chair because you can use the chair as a guide here to release some of the pressure in pyramid. Breathing in and out here. And then we're going to move into lunge. So we're going to bend that front knee. We're going to come down. Hands are on either side, and we're going to move into lunge. Yes? Feel that lunge, that power. And then put your knee down. Feet can be curled still. The foot can be curled. And you can either stay here. Hands can be on your waist, or you can breathe and bring the arms up into prayer. Breathe out, coming back down. Lift that knee up. We're going to move back into pyramid. We're going to face forward. Bring the feet parallel forward. Take a moment here to kind of swoosh. Bend the knees, roll up, shake it out. I say shake it out. Shake, 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 shake it out. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Other side. All right, we're going to move into pointing the other foot to the side wall. And then your back foot is going to face parallel-ish to the front wall. Okay? You're going to have a wide stance. Your knee, when you bend it, should be somewhere around your big toe and in between your first toe. Arms go out to your horizon. Not Verizon, but horizon. Take a moment here. Feel the strength that you have. Beautiful soul, you should know you're beautiful. All right, here we go. We're going to inhale, bend the front knee. Hands come up to prayer. Exhale, push it out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You're literally feeling stuff you don't want any push out, away. You're gone. See you later. Bye-bye. See my fingers? They're waving. Can't really see them very well. Waving goodbye. All right. Inhale into, actually no, exhale. Inhale. Exhale into reverse warrior. Back arm goes to the back leg. Front arm can go up, gazing at the fingers, or you can go a little bit of a bend, of an extension here, lateral bend. All right, exhale, bringing the hands back to horizon. On the next exhale, you're going to hinge forward and bring the hand either to a chair, to a block. You can do on your thigh, you can do your ankle, or you can do all the way to the ground. Feel that sturdiness. You also can do this against the wall. Your back can be against the wall to create stability. Breathing here a couple breaths. All right, now you're going to bend that front knee. You're going to take your hands and you're going to put them on each side of the foot. You're going to bring that back leg to meet the front foot, your back foot, and then you're going to parallel those hips. Now you're going to step the foot back 2 feet as now we are in pyramid. There we go. Take a couple breaths here. I really liked having my chair here for this pyramid. I thought this was amazing. Releasing. All right, now we're going to move into lunge. Okay, bending that front knee, extending that back leg straight back. Feel that lunge. Feel that lunge. I kind of blend in with the bookshelf, don't I, because I'm in black. All right, bringing that back knee down. You can keep the foot curled if you like. You can stay here and breathe. You can bring your hands up to your hips and breathe here. Or you can do on the inhale, arms up into prayer pose above the head. A nice little gentle extension, and then coming back down here. All right. Now, going to come back up to lunge. We're going to hop that foot back up to pyramid. We're going to square the hips forward. And this time, we're going to gently bend the left leg with that left hand spread out and down. We're going to raise that right arm up. And we're going to do a nice little twist here, an extension. Breathe here. Come back to neutral. Now bending the right knee, right hand's planted on a block, on a chair, on the ground, and you're gonna lift gently that right, what is this, left hand, left arm up. Breathing here. So lovely, bringing that back hand back down to neutral. Now, if you would like to do some other poses that feel right to you before we move into Shavasana, as we actually know, we're going to get into our Abhyanga. So if you wanted to do some side lunges real quick, go for it. If you wanted to just do a little side stretch here, I have my blocks. Just to kind of open up the legs. If you wanted to practice some balancing, you could do that. That would be fine. I'm using my blocks. Man, do I love blocks. Best thing ever. Coming into the other side. Again, you could stay here and just have that beautiful stretch, and you could flex and point the toe. I like to use this as a balancing. It engages the core. Love engaging the core as it helps the back and everything. From there, it's just benefits. All right, gently moving. And then I'm gonna stretch up and very nice. All right, shake it out, shake it, shake it, shake it out, shake it out. What, shake it out. I said shake it out. Okay, let's get into our beautiful Abhyanga oil massage. Let's move, come on over. Come on over, baby. Boy, am I giving my age away. Come on over. Come on over, baby. All right, let's get into some beautiful Abhyanga. Abhyanga. You might want to get okay, so you want your oil, you might want a towel. Sneha. I needed that word, sneha. I was looking up oil. What I think is so beautiful in Ayurveda is when we do Abhyanga, when we're using oil is translated into the word love. So sneha, it literally means love. So beautiful. There's a connection between enveloping the body in oil and enveloping it in love. As we know, oil is grounding, oil is lubricating, oil is coating and hugs, so it's very loving. All right, so you want a towel, you want your oil, and you want a comfortable position. You want somewhere comfortable to be. Yes, yes, yes. This is the time to just be and go inward. This is a good time to put on affirmations, to just let it envelop. I love Beautiful Chorus. Beautiful Chorus I use Spotify and I have it on the playlist. It's a time as you're putting in the oil to love your body, you also put in the words and the feeling of love and of affirmation and of what you want to have and what you want to feel. So it's all important. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to take off my Oura ring. Here we go. I'm going to put a little oil here, get it on my feet. Now, the feet is the map to the body, right? And so are the hands, and so are the ears. So when you are unable to do a full body massage and get deep self-love body massage before the bath, because remember, oiling before you get into the bath and the shower, before you get into the warm water, is your moisturizer, okay? So when you put on oil before you get into the bath and before you get into the shower, especially oils that suit your constitution, that have what you are lacking. So again, like if you are fiery and you have inflammation, you would want rose and coconut, and you would want licorice, and what else? There's so many, fennel, and yada, yada, yada. Everybody needs something to balance it, right? So this is that. And then when you get into the shower, it goes in and penetrates and softens and goes into all the tissues deeply. But when you wash and do your thing and then you put oil in afterwards, it coats on the top and then wears off. It's not going in deep. So that's a little trick I learned in Ayurveda class. What a beautiful thing that was. All right, so you want to get each toe and you want to massage it 7 times. 7 is a magical number. For us, it's related to the chakras, it's related to the strotas, the different layers. It's related to so many things. So you just want to count each toe, 7 rubs, 7 whatevers. Same thing when you're doing hands on the fingers or anywhere in the body. When you have a specific body you're rubbing, do it 7 times. It's very magical. All right, then we'll do the balls of the foot. There's different ways, again, to use your touch. There in the Huna philosophy and the Kahiloha, there are the 7 elements of touch. Ha7, there's 7 again. So there's different ways to touch the body. Fire and rake it, and swirling is water, etc., etc. That's for another day. All right, let's move to the middle of the foot, in the arch of the foot. Breathing here, having gratitude again for you. And you know what? Let me say this too. Not everybody is always in the mood to be thankful and grateful. Sometimes you're in a very rough patch and it's really hard to be grateful and you feel like you're being fake, right? But in yoga, it talks about replacement therapy. And it talks about the only way to replace that is to give it the opposite. So sometimes, even though you might feel like you are lying to yourself because you don't feel good, but you want to feel good, so you're saying, I have radiant wellness. But the only way to relearn the pattern is to go to the opposite side and bring in its opposite to balance it out. So when we think about these ancient practices and these ancient wisdom tools, we realize that, yeah, you might feel like you're being an imposter, but if your end goal is to shift a pattern, you got to start somewhere. So maybe it's I'm starting to feel well. I'm starting to feel more and more of my radiant of health or wealth too. All right, heal. And then you might even want to go all the way around. Get to the back of the foot. Get to the ankle, the top of the foot. Very nice. And just hold it for a second, squeeze it for a second. Thank you, feet, for getting me to where I need to go. Thank you for helping me get out of bed. Thank you for helping me go to the toilet. Thank you for helping me get to the fridge and to help me move and walk to the grocery store, whatever. Thank you. All right, other foot. Other foot. Whoa, that was way too much. Whoa. Way too much. I guess I'm going to put it on my knees and my hands and my ears because, man, did I overdo that. Woo! All right, here we go. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Go ahead and do that again with the toes. 7 times on each toe. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I love one of the affirmations from Beautiful Course. I am perfect as I am. Oh, 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 oh. I am perfect as I am. Such a beautiful. You know who also has great meditations and great affirmations? If Beautiful Course is a great one to add. Okay, moving on to the balls of my foot. Abraham Hicks has great positive affirmations. She calls them, what does she call them? Where she just goes on a rampage. She goes on rampages about affirmations. So you could look up Abraham Hicks rampages. Also, Louise Hay has some really beautiful self-love teachings and affirmations replacement. Those are 3 off the top of my head. Beautiful Chorus, Abraham Hicks, and Louise Hay. Though Beautiful Chorus sings, it's music, and then Abraham Hicks and Louise Hay are philosophies. So they're more like podcasts, or they're more like YouTube stories, or I'm moving to the middle of my foot. All right, my heel. The back of my ankle. When you're doing this real good, your fingers get tired. The top and the bottom of my ankle, and even my top of my foot. Beautiful, my friends, beautiful souls. All right, if you have time anytime later, do the fingers the same way, and then the ears, that would be good too. Just a little quick tip, when you're feeling anxious, when you're having a panic attack, anxiety thing, and it's really hard to focus, some ways to immediately get relief. I got some in my pocket, it's been bothering me. Let me figure this out. Immediate relief to kind of get away from the panic. What is this? Oh, no wonder it hurts. It's a nail or a screw. Goodness gracious. Immediate things to do when you're about to have an attack or in the middle of attack. Cross one hand over one shoulder and the other hand onto your hip and breathe 3 times, or just breathe. Even humming, disrupting the mind from it going into its areas. You're crossing the line. You're confusing this thought process. Switch sides. And then, once you kind of do that, and you can even do the fives, the senses thing, where you look, can you see five things, colorful things? Smell. What do you smell? Touch. Hear. Kinds of grounds you. But oil, oil is so therapeutic. And then when you're having anxiety a lot, or you're having headaches a lot, or there's a lot going on with the mind and over thoughts, Shirodara, look into it. Shirodara, oiling of the scalp, warm oil in the scalp, helping with the mind, oil of the mind. Oiling the head is oiling the mind. So just some little quick tips there in this thing. If you have a towel and you need to get some of that oil off, or after this video, if you want to go soak your feet in warm water to let it absorb into the skin, that's beautiful. You should know you are. All right, so that was our lovely Abhyanga, as we're now going to move into a Yoga Nidra. We're going to do a short Yoga Nidra. We're going to do a short Yoga Nidra, maybe about 10, no more than 15 minutes. And then from there, we're going to enjoy tea as we reflect on this dark moon practice with the self. All right, so go ahead and get into, I'm going to turn the music down over here because it's a little loud over in my spot. And go ahead and get in your most cozy Nidra nest. In your most comfy Nidra nest. I liked this idea where you could see the light. Maybe I go back this way. There we go. I liked that idea where you could see the lights. All right, go ahead and begin to move into whether it's Shavasana on the back, whether you decide you want like an easy seat with the knees up, whether you would like to be elongated all the way, like straight. Maybe you want a side lie. Maybe you want prone position, or maybe throughout this practice you want to move in and out between that, and that is okay. Do what is best for you. And I need my bell to get into this practice. Let's make sure it's working. Good. All right, this is Yoga Nidra, the yoga of sleep. This is accessing the deep rest wave for you, but you will not sleep. And let me, as you find blankets, pillows, whatever it is to get into your most beautiful thing, I'm going to access a most lovely dark moon photo. There we go. I love that. Isn't that lovely? Yes. Awesome. All right, begin to find comfort and rest in a position that is most comfortable for you. Begin to set yourself up that you are held, that you have blankets around you holding you up, so that you can actually let go into this beautiful deep rest. This deep rest. All right. Go ahead and finish any last adjustments. And then if you would like to close the eyes, you are welcome to keep them open or to close them. It's up to you. If you would like to create the ambiance at home, again, you can put on the playlist of mine. You can play sounds of nature. You can have no sound. You can turn the lights off. You can put a pillow cover over the eyes or an eye cover. You can put candles around. Set your space up the way that you would love to release into it. Once you feel that you are in that safe nest and you feel that you are rested, you feel that you are in that spot of being able to release, go ahead and begin to take 3 deep, expansive breaths. Let's begin with breathing in, sipping in air twice. Actually, it's going to be through the nose, and then releasing. And again, through the nose this time. 2 sips. And releasing through the nose. And then one last time, 2 sips. And even making a whoo sound if it releases any last tensions. Whoo. Now begin to come into a natural breath. As you know that as you inhale, you are feeding the body and all of the body components of this pranic, magical life force. And as you breathe out, you are actually releasing what your body no longer needs to make room for what is coming in. Beautiful ideas here. Beautiful. All right, find yourself completely settled. Feel supported by the earth beneath you. She's holding you. You are safe in your space. You begin to take in the space around you through your senses. The sounds in the room, maybe the sounds outside the room, the sound of my voice. Allow the jaw to soften. Allow the tongue to soften, the micro muscles behind the eyes to soften. Notice your left ear listening. Your right ear listening. And then notice the sounds around you are dissolving. Now begins Yoga Nidra and the rotation of consciousness. As I say a body part, feel the body part and bring your attention to this region of the body. Bring your awareness to your tongue, the tip of the tongue, the roof of the tongue. Feel your teeth. Feel the gums, the roof of the mouth, the inside of your cheeks, the lower lip, the upper lip, the sense of the whole face, the flow of air at the tip of the nose, and the flow of air inside the nostrils. The right eye, all the muscles behind the eye, the left eye, and all the muscles behind the left eye. Bring attention to the right hand thumb, the first finger, second finger, third, little finger, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, elbow, the upper arm, shoulder, sense the neck and the head, Now sense the whole right side of the trunk, the right hip, the right thigh, the front and back of the knee, the right shin, the calf, the ankle, the top of the foot, all 5 toes, the whole right foot. Now bring attention to the whole right side of the body, and the whole right side of the body is alive and radiant with sensation. Now move to the left side, the left hand thumb, the first finger, the second, the third, the little finger, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, shoulder, a sense of the neck, a sense of the whole head. Now the whole left side of the trunk, the left hip, the left thigh, front and back of the knee, the shin, the calf, the ankle, the top of the foot, all 5 toes, the whole left foot. Now bring your attention to the whole left side of the body, the whole left side, alive and radiant with sensation. Now, feel the flow of air in the nostrils, feeling the whole right hemisphere of the body and the left hemisphere of the brain simultaneously. The whole right body, the left brain. Continue natural pace of the breath, your natural rhythm. Now attention to the left hemisphere of the body and the right hemisphere of the brain simultaneously. Whole left body, right brain, now the whole body and both hemispheres equally. Let's come back to the breath. Continue to sense the natural rhythm of the breath in and out. Counting down from 7 to 1. Inhaling as you breathe in, 7. And as you exhale, 7. Inhale, 6 as you breathe in. Exhale, 6 as you breathe out. Continue this at your own pace until you get to 1. I'll give you quiet time. Now, attention back to the breath, natural breath, and letting go of the counting breath. And we will welcome in visualization of images. So visualize in your mind's eye like it's on a screen, or maybe you are a sensor, so you sense it or you just know that it's there. Maybe you just feel as I say these visualizations, maybe you feel. Here we go. Visualize your bare feet in the sand at the beach. your bare feet in the sand. The smell of herbs from the garden in the air. The smell of herbs in the garden in the air. Sunlight peeking through the hanging. Sunlight peeking through the hanging of the leaves on a willow tree. A symphony of birds singing. A symphony of birds singing. A horizon of majestic mountains. A horizon of majestic mountains. The bright red ring of the solar eclipse behind the dark moon in the sky. The setting of the sun behind the horizon. The setting of the sun behind the horizon. Ocean waves in the moonlight. The dancing flames of a fire flickering and clicking. A silent owl gliding through the midnight sky. The constellation of star clusters in the middle of the desert night sky. A sense of oneness with all that there is. Bask here in this moment of oneness, in this moment of love essence, of peace essence, a moment of pure bliss. Notice this moment of silence. Coming back to the natural breath. Allowing the senses to slowly reacquaint with you. Begin to hear sounds around you. Begin to feel the earth beneath your body holding you safely in that sensation of touch. You are coming back into the awareness of your body. You are coming back to the physical realm. When you feel ready, begin to wiggle your toes. Begin to wiggle your fingers. Maybe you would like to gently rock the head from side to side. Maybe stretching the arms overhead. Maybe leaning and rocking from side to side. Maybe stretching a whole body stretch, or even bringing in your knees to your chest and hugging yourself and giving yourself a moment of gratitude for doing the self-care practice today. Now, whether you're lying down or wherever you are, take a moment to bring the hands together and rub them really quickly. We're going to create some heat to place over the eyes before we really come back into seeing what's going on around us. Clap it over the third eye, over the throat, over the heart, rub. And when it feels warm to you, gently place the palms over the eyes. That gentle massage. And then maybe gently blinking the eyes. And then when you feel ready, you can bring your eyes back to this place. Welcome back to this beautiful place. we are completely finished with Yoga Nidra. I'm sorry, Nidra. Look at us moving through the day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that felt lovely for you. I hope you got a sense of deep rest. That was, again, a very short Yoga Nidra. There tends to be ones that are like 35 to 45 minutes, really going deep, really doing opposites and light and heavy and all kinds of things that are really fun to experience. Yoga Nidra is a very beautiful practice to help get back sleep patterns, to help with the mind, to help with a lot of things if you are interested. All right, it is time, beautiful ones, to get your tea and to get your treat as we come back together. I'm excited about this, and we will do our Grandmother Moon chant and then our prayer goodbye. Yes? So I'm going to actually pull her up. We're going to do the chant, Grandmother Moon, I bow to you. And let me find it here so that I know how to spell her name. She's lovely. Noelani. Noelani. So let's find Noelani. We can actually sip our tea while we do our mantra if you'd like, or you can do them separate. It's up to you. Share the screen. Share. See if I can get to YouTube. I wonder if I could do my Spotify on here. Leonali. How do I spell her name? Leonali. Noelani. Noel. And Grandmother Moon. I'm going to sing this. And let me just show you. Oh, go back up. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so this chant, we are going to chant Om Cham Chandra Namaha. Breaking that down, it is the primordial sound of creation, consuming, pure, clean, grand, the moon, the bright, shining, glittering illustriousness of the moon, and we Namaha, I bow to you. So we'll be doing Om Cham Chandraya Namaha. It's slow and then it's fast, and then we sing Grandmother Moon, I bow to you. So we'll just follow this along. This mantra calls us back into perspective when life becomes confusing, and it helps us to see things more clearly. It sharpens our intellect and it calms our nervous system to restore balance and equanimity. Now, I also, since we are dealing with the solar eclipse, we wanted to bring in the water element to calm the influences of the solar eclipse. So we're going to do the Jala Mudra if you feel comfortable to do that, where you literally take your thumb and your pinky together and we're accessing the water element as we do our Grandmother Moon chant. And this can help relieve the impacts of the solar eclipse and what it has on us, the impact, the stress, the force, the emotionality, the feeling just uncomfortable. Yeah? All right, I'll start this and then I'll go back. Here we go. Gotta love the ads, right? I have Spotify, but I should have put that up. But here we go. Beautiful artist, beautiful song. Let's put on the words. Whatever you're comfortable to connect and let go.
Grandmother Moon, I bow to you. Grandmother Moon, I bow. Grandmother Moon, I bow to you. Grandmother Moon, I bow. Om Chandraya Namaha. 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 Grandmother Moon, I bow to you. Grandmother Moon, I bow. Grandmother Moon, I bow to you. Grandmother Moon, I bow.
All right. If you would like to complete that and finish that up, you can look her up. Leonie Love. Leonali Love. Beautiful. Beautiful album. All right, let's close our session with our prayer, and then we can just chat with our tea and our chocolates. So let's bring our hands together over our heart, however you'd like to do that. And we could sing this, but I like to say it as a prayer. So, longtime sun closing prayer, and we can say it together. May the longtime sun shine upon you, and all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Satanam, I am truth. I am the truth. Truth is my essence. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to all. To you all who came to visit me today. And here are some things that you can do on your own. Well, let me go get me my tea and my chocolates. I'll show you what I made. So this is a really good time to do some inner work. So herbal healing bath for relaxation. Journaling your dreams right now. They'll be very vivid possibly, and then performing a candle ritual. Now, this book I showed you earlier, let me release this. Stop the share. Okay. This book I showed you earlier, I don't know if you can see it. The Moon and You. It's got a glare. This has a lot of activities to do for each phase of the moon. Okay, so that's really cool. One of the activities is to make chocolate, is to eat walnuts. So I decided to make moon walnut chocolates. How cute is that, right? So cute. And then I decided to make some tea. So I wanted it to be a reflective tea. So what did I add to this? I have this on my Instagram, y'all. So if you ever want to go to my Instagram, it's Natty Caddy 21. NATTYCATTY21. I'm also going to post this on YouTube. What else? Where I have all of my yoga stuff. And if you want to go to my website, if you're interested in yoga therapy or Reiki or just coming to visit, I make stuff in the studio. Like I just made some full moon ghee. I made chamomile bitters, little things that I sell in the store. Visit me at www.love, L-O-V-E, little, L-I-T-T-L-E, earth, E-A-R-T-H, angel, A-N-G-E-L, .com, right? Here's my tea. I make teas too. So I think I had to write it down because sometimes on the spot I forget. My brain goes, what? Oh, lemon balm, calming. Tulsi is an amazing herb that just takes care of everybody. She's the protector goddess. Brahmi is so good for the mind and calming the mind. Chamomile, we know that's just settling to the nervous system. Rose, the rose frequency, the love frequency is it's the highest, I think, essential oil frequency there is. So who doesn't want that? Fennel is calming and cardamom is calming. And then cardamom gives it a nice little sweetness. So that's my tea for the dark moon. A nice little tea blend I've got going on here. And what's really fun is I have cups you can order on Amazon that are coloring. You can color them and it can be a meditation before you do your tea. You can color that, but also an activity you can do for the dark moon. Because in general, coloring is very meditative. You can do some coloring, and I printed off some stuff for my people. So if you wanted to, you write who you are. I am blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we change our name, or sometimes, like, I'm Natalie, right? But I'm really Nat. Like, I identify as Nat right now because that's my energy now. As I've gotten older, it's like, no, just to the point. Peaceful, sweet, to the point. Let's not lollygag. Let's not all this language. Let's just keep it peaceful, to the point. Nat. Very simple, right? So I would write Nat, and then I intent. So I really want to think about, as I'm reflecting, intenting. And then you can think about this while you're coloring. your stuff, right? And then from there, as we move from dark moon to new moon, that's when you're starting to write, what do you want for this upcoming cycle? What is your goal? What do you really want? You know? And then from there, you start to make little steps on how to achieve them. And as the moon is growing, you start to reach out and check those things off the list and do them to get to that goal by full moon. And then it's manifested. You've done it. And sometimes it takes one cycle, and sometimes it takes 3 months, sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes it takes a year, and sometimes it takes years. Years. So let's blessings to you. Never forget to intend to your drinks and your food. Good things like I love you, thank you for your wisdom that you are about to bestow upon me, because water holds a lot of wisdom. And then let's try these chocolates. There's a recipe on my Instagram story that tells you the recipe for the chocolates. So if you go to my IG, let me find it real quick because we're about to get off. Let's go to my IG real quick. What are the ingredients? Coconut oil, chocolate. I use the Hue brand. A scoop of Ayurveda protein powder. There's this really great company, Ayurveda protein powder, literally, just as it's spelled. They've got a great little protein powder blend. So it's got ashwagandha and it's got cinnamon and it's got all those herbs within the protein powder. I think it's pea protein, but I'm not sure. Drizzle of honey, sprinkle of sea salt, but I added cardamom, rose, coconut shavings or shredded, and black walnuts because as this beautiful book shares, and it's a time to go in and reflect, and it's a lot of intellect, right? Black walnuts are really good to oil us up. Again, there's that oil, right? And then just FYI, I'm not sure I shared it, but the oils I love to get are from Banyan Botanical. So banyanbotanicals.com. They have millions of oils, and they also have millions of herbs. But you know what's great about Banyan? And this will be it. I promise I'll let you go. Well, I mean, you could go if you want to and just turn me off. But they have videos and articles of how to do certain traditions from the Ayurveda wisdom system. So literally, if you want to know how to do a full Abhyanga oil massage, you go to Banyan and you put in Abhyanga oil massage, and it'll literally give you how to do it written. You can print off, and then a video to show you how. Really amazing. Same thing with creating food plans and creating what herbs to use, all that good stuff. Banyan Botanicals, amazing. Thank you so much for spending time with me on this dark moon and a special collaboration of the solar eclipse. So again, water. So that bath is going to be really powerful for you today, for us today. And taking it easy and reflecting and journaling, and you are important, you are loved, you are magical. You take care of you, hold you, love you. All right? Peace, peace, peace to you, beautiful soul, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Be safe. And I don't know how to get out of this. There it is. All right.